singling out Ranjit, there's Tony, there's Ronnie, there's Isa, I mean, all of these guys. The reason that they're leaders is because their people have confidence in them. Now, are these guys idiots? I mean, about the business? No, they know everything about the business. Do not deprive yourself of the privilege and fulfillment of impartation. This is a business of impartation. And I'm telling you, it is extremely, extremely fulfilling. One of the things I love so much about this industry, I've been in for 10 years. I've been with GoldQuest for 2 as V-Team, and I'm telling you, even the 8 years, the one thing that I loved about it, aside from the income that I get, of course, is the fact that the people that I have around me, the people in my organization, both up and down, have changed as people. Have you not changed because of this business? Yes. Have you not become a better person? Have you not become stronger, more resilient? Yes. Don't deprive yourself of that. Because I'm telling you, it's so fulfilling to be able to impact somebody's life. It's so fulfilling to be able to sit with someone who otherwise would have given up in life, at least in the financial aspect. Up to now, I still get a big kick out of this. I still get a big kick about coming into a meeting, whether one-on-one or a big meeting, to present the business. And you know the look that some people have? You know this countenance? You know these people that have given up in life? Remember the dream stealers I was talking about? They have a certain countenance. And I'm saying they may still be like, but they have a certain countenance in their spirit. And you can see it, you can identify it. And I get such fulfillment out of presenting the business to someone and see literally before your eyes, his eyes waking up. Has that ever happened to you? Isn't it great? That's what I mean, to impact somebody's life. To sit down with somebody who's discouraged about the business and telling him, bro, it's because you're doing this wrong, you're doing this wrong. You know, if you just did this, look, this is what happened in my organization. Sit down, train the person, and you'll see that person wakes up. That's what I mean. Don't deprive yourself of that experience. Impartation is one of the nicest things about this business. So take training seriously. First, you train for you. Then later on you will be training because you will be training somebody else. Don't think that just because you go to this training seminar this weekend that you're all going to be experts. It's going to take a little time. That's why with these VCDs or VHS or whatever it is, whatever format you purchase. Another reason why people fail in this business is they think this is a get-rich-quick scheme. They think they come in and the next day they're wealthy. And I hate that. Because that's not what this business is. Now, if you were a farmer and you wanted to plant a kernel of corn, you start with one kernel, right? Then you plant it. Now when you plant that kernel, do you sit there the next day and... No. You must first plant it properly in fertile soil, aerate, rotivate the soil. Then you have to water and fertilize the plant. Then you have to take out the weeds around the plant. In other words, there's a lot of work that goes into it. And finally, when the plant gets about this high, does that mean now that it's time to stop? No. Why? Because you have investment in that plant already, and it can still die. After some more rotivating and some more fertilizing, now there's more birds to scare away. However, after all of that, when the plant matures, what happens? From that one little kernel, after all that work, after all that effort, comes thousands. If you want to succeed in this business, think like a farmer. That's the only way you're going to succeed in this business. Don't think sales. Don't think volume. Think like a farmer. People fail in this business because they only want the fruits of the harvest, but they are not willing to go through the effort of actually plowing the fields, planting the seeds, fertilizing the soil, watering the sprouts, taking out the weeds, chasing away the pests, and going through the daily process of getting your hands dirty with soil. All they want are the benefits. Hey, wake up. That's not what this business is about. And I really don't think that you should promote it that way. If you know somebody in your organization who goes around, presenting the business in that way, hey, come on, just purchase a coin, you don't have to do anything. Oh, and you're going to cycle every day within 2 weeks. If you want to have a large organization and the financial benefits, large weekly checks, then you must be willing to pay the price. You must be willing to miss out on a few parties, a few movies, a few golf games, or whatever it is you do for recreation for a few months. How many here have sacrificed? You glad you made that sacrifice? Yes. When I give my testimony before, in groups about how do you call this? The success that I achieved and everything, or that I came to, people go, oh, Joe, you're so lucky you made this kind of money. I'm like, what do you mean lucky? Man, I spent 10, 11, 12, 13-hour days building this business. But then you reap the benefits of it, right? You must be willing to get yourself trained so that you can train others, because that's part of the process. That's what separates us from get-rich-quick schemes. You must be willing to spend a lot of time in training others so they can be leaders in their own right. There is a cost, there is a price to be paid to be successful in this business. You have to be willing to count it. You have to count the cost. This is a nurturing business. Nurture people, make them into leaders. That takes time. That whole process takes time. That's why this is not get rich quick. I know some people in this business that have made a lot of money the first month, the first 2 months. But then 3, 4, 5 months later, no more. In fact, no more in the business. On the other hand, I know people that didn't earn money their first week, their second week, their third week. But then they qualified for their coin. 2 weeks later, they get their first check. 2 weeks later, they get another check, a little bit bigger. 1 week later, they get, you know what I'm saying? These are the guys that I enjoy watching, because these guys do it right. They don't think volume, they don't think sales, they think training, they think nurturing. That process takes time. This is a get-rich-sure, not get-rich-quick scheme. There is a world of difference between the two. Okay, learn how to point it out, even in your presentation. That's why I like that lady's presentation so much. Because right away, she comes right out and says, this is a lot of hard work, this is a lot of painful experience that you have to go through, rejection, disappointment. Are you willing to go through that? Because if you're not, then I'd rather not talk. I'd rather not present the business to you. That's why her leader asked. Number 5, another reason why a lot of people fail. They have no focus. Have you ever met people like that? Yes. Focus is something that you need to succeed in any business, not just Gold Quest. All successful people are focused. All, bar none. Can you imagine having a musically gifted child and you tell him to study violin? Then while he's taking up violin, take up harp. And also while he's taking up harp, take up piano. And then also on the weekends, take up drums. And then since he's really good, have him take up guitar. And then also have him take up the trumpet because it sounds really nice. And then you also have him take saxophone because he can play like Kenny G. And then you also have him play trombone because you like that that the trombone brings. And then you like the cello because of the soulful tones. And then on the side, as a hobby, you tell him to take up harmonica. Now, I want to ask you guys one question. Will this child ever grow up to be a world-class musician? Why not? No focus. Many people are like that child. Really. I may be stepping on a few toes, but there are many people out there that are like that. They join every company, every business, every new venture on the net.